What is up, guys? Welcome to Pippin and Dippin Academy's YouTube channel. I am Joe Von Grichten, and I have my partner in crime here, Hunter, the Pip Hunter Burkett.
What's going on, guys?
He already gave you some what's up, some Longhorns, straight out of Texas. I mean, I'm sorry, guys. You know, that's why we're the best of both worlds. We got the West Coast, and we got a little Texas, and we got a special guest today that I'll introduce here in a second. He's one of our students, and he's gonna share with you a little bit about his story with us and a little bit of his background here in a second. But before we do that, just like always, guys, if you're a first-time visitor, subscribe to the channel. It's here in one of the corners. Go ahead and subscribe. That way you get notified anytime we have a new video. Secondly, put in the comments, I subscribed. And if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and put those in there as well. We'd love to engage with you. But that helps us with our algorithm. And of course, if you like the video, if you like any of our videos, please pound that like button. That way we can help other traders just like you, whether you're new, you've already been trading, you're a little bit more advanced, whatever the case may be, wherever you're at in your trading journey. We want to help people just like you. So without further ado, today we have special guest. I won't say his last name, but we have John. He's one of our students here. John, you're up in what, Washington now?
Yep. Yes, sir. Originally from Alaska, but I live in Washington now.
Yeah, very cool. So I'm going to let Hunter go ahead and ask the questions and dig in here. But John, we've known him for quite a while, and what he's done, gosh, we've known him for almost 2 years now. And well, probably more than 2 years, I think.
Yeah, that goes way back.
Yeah, probably like 2.5 years we've known John, and it's really cool. He came into our group. We met him in another trading group. He came over into our group and was in and out and in and out. And the last probably 90 days or so, he's just been pretty much being blunt about it, just kicking ass. And so Hunter and him were having a conversation the other day, and I was out for a soccer tournament. And I knew he was doing well, but I didn't know how well he was doing. Hunter like hit me up, and he's like, dude, we got to get John on and let him tell everybody. So we've teed up some questions for you to make it as painless as possible for you, John. But without further ado, Hunter, I'm gonna let you go ahead and take it away with the questions.
Cool deal, guys. I just want to start with, the reason why we have him on here is just kind of give you another perspective from somebody else other than Joe and I. And it's one of our students, right? And what he's been able to do like Joe said, in the last 90 days is not typical. Okay. Now his results is his results. Okay. Your results are going to be different. It's the hard work and the dedication that he put in to get those results, right? He learned the strategy. He came in here, he put his head down, and now he's reaping the benefits of it, right? So I'm going to ask him a few questions. And it's just going to be simple questions. But first, John, will you share a little bit of the background, where you come from, where you initially started from, how you got into Forex and stuff like that?
Yeah, sure. So originally grew up in Alaska. I'm 34 years old. I've been all over the place. I've worked, just about any job that you can think of. Which is why I actually got into trading, because I would like, freedom from that. But I'm currently working up here in Washington, firefighting, and I've like I said, I mean, I've worked a lot of jobs, and I never really had that fulfillment, that I was looking for. And about 2.5 years ago, I was turned on to Forex, and I knew that was my ticket. And when I first started, I told myself and everybody, this is it, and I'm not going to stop until I get it. And here we are.
Heck yeah. So and that's great. And guys, that's the mentality you have to have. If you want anything in life, you're going to have that type of mentality where it's all or nothing. You know what I mean? You got to be the lion in this. You got to have that lion mentality. You're going to go get it, right? So, but before you got in, when you got into Forex and you started down this path, what do you think, what was the problem what was the problem? Why weren't you profitable before you came into Pippin and Dippin? Like, like it could be something simple. Is it your emotions? Was it the strategy? Was it your, not
There,
knowing how the market really moved, things like that?
there's a couple things, and yet, I mean, it was a mixture of pretty much everything. The group previously, I learned one strategy, and there were holes in it. I didn't understand a lot of the way that the way that fair value gaps and how everything is moving, and really you're just looking for the money. You're figuring out where the money's at, and that's really, to put it as plainly as possible. Once you figure that out, you've got it set. But emotionally, yeah, it's been a journey, because you can't trade emotional and be profitable unless you get lucky. So that's probably 75% of why I wasn't profitable, is because I had to center myself and find a routine and a rhythm, and then the other 25% obviously is understanding the market, figuring out, what works for you, because everybody's different, and coming up with the schedule.
Awesome. Heck yeah. Did y'all just hear him say that it was less percentage of the actual strategy, and how he had to get his emotions in check to become a trader, become a professional when it comes to trading, right? So, and he also, said some things that he had that, previous mentors, previous, Forex groups he's been in had flaws. And guys, this is not an overnight process. This is something that takes time. If it took, and that's what you have to stop doing, is stop putting a time tag on this thing, because there's a lot of people out there that will go and spend $100,000 on a college degree and spend 8 years of their life in that college, right? And then come out and not even make that time, right? People are, putting, maybe 25, maybe some less, 25K less into Forex in 2 years. They're flawlessly profitable, right? And I'm not saying it's going to be you, but it happens. You know what I mean? So I love the answer about the mindset.
Yeah, and I got to chime in here. So you guys don't know John other than right now, but this guy, we're talking about a guy that is so disciplined. Like, his workout regimen, his nutrition is like so on point. I mean, he could probably be, if he wasn't, he could probably be like a professional, fitness CrossFit trainer or competitor, because he's just so regimented and so disciplined in that. So the funny thing is, like, to hear him say getting his mindset in place when he's already a really, really disciplined dude when it comes down to mindset. So for some of you, you might get in and say, okay, I just got to get my mindset in check, and it'll be easy. It'll be the hardest thing that you'll have to overcome in your trading. And just to really like dive in on that a little bit. I'm glad that you did bring that up, John, and that you pointed it out, Hunter, because that is the hardest part of trading, guys. And anybody that tells you, oh, it's the strategy, that's BS. So that was awesome. I'm glad you pointed that out. But like I said, John is like super, super disciplined. So to hear him say he had to get his mindset in place, it tells me that, even for somebody that's disciplined like him, it still took time to like get in the right headspace to be successful. So pretty cool.
Just to chime in, it even takes, it can take years, because you have a lot of emotions that you might not even realize are affecting you until you start your journaling or whatever it is that you do to get yourself centered and in the right headspace to be able to do that. It takes a lot to actually start knowing yourself and being able to have the strength to walk away from a trade when you really want to get in it, or whatever it is. That's the type of stuff that'll get you.
And I do remember when John first started at a group. I don't know if you remember, Hunter. Remember he had like a NAS trade, and he made like $800, like boom. And we're like, that is the dumbest trade ever, because it was completely against the trend. And like, he's like, guys, I just crushed like $800 or whatever. And we're like, oh, he's going to lose that night. Like a couple days later, like you lost that and then some, I think.
Yeah.
So it's just, that was like over, a year ago. But man, to see like night and day now. So it's really cool. Really cool. All right, Hunter, I'm sorry. Next question.
No, you're good. So I got these questions written down, and these two right here pretty much going hand in hand. So I'm gonna, what on this question here, what what was the biggest takeaway that you got, and what did you like the best about Pippin and Dippin? And I'm talking about everything. It's Joe and I, the training, because I know you've been in here since we upgraded training twice. The way it's structured, switching over to Discord and things like that. Is it helpful? Is it navigational? Is it something that's easy for someone else? Is it easy for you? And what do you like about it?
Oh man, he got frozen. Oh, we lost him.
Lost him.
Hold on. Let me see. All right, so we lost John there, a little technical difficulty. So Hunter, you were saying on that question, what was his biggest takeaway?
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you, what was your biggest takeaway? So when you came in here, because I know you came in here when you've been through 2 trainings that we've updated completely. We went from Facebook to Discord. What was your biggest takeaway when through all the training? What was your biggest takeaway?
That is a lot. I mean, first off, there's not many groups out there that will work with you on a personal level, first of all, like you guys have. And the way that you have it set up is phenomenal. The trainings are straightforward, easy to understand. And it doesn't take somebody that's a genius to figure this out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Biggest takeaway, if you just dedicate yourself to this and follow the trainings, and set yourself up a mentor or somebody that can keep you in check. That was one thing I had to do. And actually with Hunter and John, the other John, that call changed everything. I took a $249 account to $10,000 in, what was it, like 60 days?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was phenomenal.
It was incredible. Yeah.
So, and
that is
yeah,
so cool.
once it clicks, it's cool. And I'm not gonna be cocky, because every trader has, their good weeks, months, or whatever, and you're gonna run into other things where you second guess and all that. But yeah, you guys have changed the game for me. And I mean, I watch ICT, other videos too, but yeah, it's good to have a crew. You know what I'm saying? Like some people that have your back. The calls every morning, that changed my life. The calls in the morning, that's one of the coolest parts right there. You get on, everybody, you get second opinions on things that you're looking at, whatever pairs, whatever you're trading. You can bounce ideas, and it's a team effort, really. And it's cool the way that that's set up,
Thank you. I love that.
And we did that this morning with SPX. You and I did. I like I said, I had limit orders set here, and here, and you're like, yeah, so do I. It was cool, and we both smashed. And Hunter's like,
yep,
man. Hunter's usually calling them out. That's why I love the they do. We did it today, not Hunter. Hunter's the guru, guys. Hey, don't let Hunter fool you. He has a little twang, a little slow sometimes in his talk, but this man like is. I've been around a few guys.
He's on it.
Traded. He is on it. I mean, that's the best way I can put it. So, thank you, John, though, for those comments. I love it. Love it. All right. What's next, Hunter? What's the next
Yeah.
question?
So, and he pretty much answered the next question, about his results. And I just kind of want to, piggyback on that, what kind of results did you get out of the training? And he just revealed it. Right. And guys, I just want to stress on that because a lot of people get misled when it comes to small accounts to big accounts. Right. And you guys have to understand the level of discipline, the level of I know what I'm looking for, and the level of I've got a perfect trade setup, what I talk about all the time. That right there is what he's been doing. And that's what led him to those type of results. Is it possible? Absolutely. Have Joe and I seen it before? Absolutely. That's why he's here, right? Is because of the discipline. It ain't got nothing to do with the money. Anybody can make money. It's the discipline that gets you those results time and time again, right? So,
you know what actually helped me? I had to take MT4 off my phone
there you
because
go.
I set my trades in the morning. I wait for those setups. I set my trades, and then that's it. I can't mess with it. I can't second guess it. It's set, and then I'm at work. If I can't look at it on my phone, I'm not going to be able to mess with it. And usually my initial, especially with the OTEs and all that, it's good.
Yeah.
And you'll learn all that.
Heck yeah. Awesome.
Right
Heck
on.
yes. So this next one is, what exactly did you like most about Pippin? I know it's these kind of questions are really similar, but like, what did you like most about Pippin? Is it just Joe and I? Is it the way that we've got it structured where we can be a family? Is it the live calls? I know you hit on the live calls and stuff like that. And that's a lot what sets us apart, because this is the way I feel about trading is when you were in school and you were that person that's introverted and you're scared to raise your hand, right? Most of those people were the ones that maybe failed that class and just didn't get that initial one-on-one time or something that they needed, the question that could be completely changing their grades and stuff like that, just because they were kind of shy and stuff like that. We don't want that to happen. We want somebody to have, that touch, that feeling that we got their back. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got a question, let's get it handled. If we don't know, we'll find out, right? So just give me a little bit of feedback on what you like most.
I'd probably break it down into I think I've mentioned these three. It's the crew mentality. Like it's a crew, a family, whatever you want to call it. That we're all friends. We all joke together. We get to know each other. And on top of that, I mean, that breaks down that barrier of you being afraid to raise your hand, because eventually point where you're like, screw it, I don't understand this. How do I figure this out? Or how can you show me how to learn this? Which is, a lot of it's in the training, but sometimes some people need it explained to them. So that's cool. The structure is amazing. I love that it moved to Discord because you've got everything set up right there. It's accessible, easy to get at. And just the quality. I mean, seriously though, the quality of what you guys have here. I mean, I know we were joking about this earlier, but I wasn't. I mean, these are $1 million ideas, multi-million-dollar ideas, and I think eventually, it will be. But
Definitely.
yeah,
10 grand to 7 figures. I love it. Let's go. No, you already spent some of that money, didn't you? I heard you got some. Yeah. I heard you got some new wheels or something.
Yeah, I had to get a
truck. Did I hear that correct? Right on. Yeah. Right on. Good for you. Hey guys, that leads us to another thing real fast before he goes to the next question. That's huge. People don't celebrate their wins. Like they celebrate their failures more. And when I say celebrate their failures, they beat the crap out of themselves about failing, about losing, and so much more. They spend all that time and energy. And then when they actually win, like John has done and what he's done in 60 days, like most people don't celebrate that. Half the people, like really 98% of people don't even make it 60 days in live money. Guys, because like they blow their account and they're done. They give up. It's too hard. Can't do it. Can't be done.
You want to know something funny real quick? I've spent a total, since I started, I tracked it. I've spent a total of, what was it, almost $18,000 of live money. And I'm to the point right now where I'm about to break even. And that's basically my tuition right there.
There you go.
That's cool, man. That is
That's
so
awesome.
That
I put
is
goosebumps on my arm.
I know, man. Yeah. Hey, $18,000 better than what I did. I mean, my education took a lot more than that, and so did Hunter's.
At small accounts.
Man, that's good though. That's still good. I love it. All right, Hunter, what's up next? What do we got next?
And that's beauty that you said that about, because John, we got people watching. There's actual beginners that are on our channel and stuff like that. If you could give advice, what would you tell a brand new Forex trader about, the process you went through about Pippin and Dippin? Like if you were in front of somebody that just said, "Hey, John, man, I just started up Forex. What do I need to do?" You know what I mean? Like, do you got any advice?
First, I would probably have them schedule a call with one of you guys. But man, I actually tell everybody about this group. Anybody that sees me trading, they're like, because they see my laptop or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, you trade?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And so I go off and start talking about trading, on how it's really, it is difficult, but it's not like everybody thinks it is. It's a completely different thing than everybody has in their mind, I feel like, because once I actually explain it to them, they're actually interested. But anyway, I would tell them, if they want to do Forex, get a hold of you guys, set up a demo account, and start doing some mentorship. Start figuring out what it is that you need to work on in order to become profitable. Really, the most direct point I can make is you want to focus on understanding basic concepts, which you have all the trainings for that. And then you need somebody to help push you a little bit. And don't give up, because once you start this, you'll realize, who knows, in a year, I might just trade. In fact, I plan on it. I don't think I'm going to work a regular job anymore. I think I'm just going to trade, and because I love trading. I do. It's one of the coolest things that's ever happened to me. So, but awesome.
Yeah. And you see that he basically said, guys, is the possibility of what can happen. And it can happen. It happens all the time. People, get in this game, putting the time in, and they're full-time traders. It happens all the time, right? And the beauty about what he said too is the mentorship. Guys, if you want to get somewhere and you want to fast track it, you need to find somebody that's done it, right? You need to get the mentors that's been through that has all the scars that you don't have to go down, right? You don't have to go down those paths that they went down. And it's a lot easier, a lot faster to get from point A to point B, right? And that's the beauty about mentorship. So that's great. I love that. And one last thing, what would you say to someone that's on the fence right now? I'm talking about a whole crowd of people that's on the fence to get started with us. What would you say to them?
You're not living unless you take a chance, first off. At all. So why wouldn't you want to take the chance on making yourself self-sustainable without the rest of, because you can make money either way. It doesn't matter if the market's going down or up. If you understand how to read the market and the charts, you're going to be profitable. And then risk management, but they don't even need to understand it. Just take the chance, because what have you got to lose except for maybe millions of dollars if you don't?
Yeah.
Yeah,
there you go. I like that.
Yeah,
you're going to lose millions if you don't join.
Well, seriously, you're never going to know it unless you try it. And then the only way that it's not going to work is if you give up.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I used to, like, with my marketing business, when I'd always ask, prospective clients, is like, so how much more money can you take on if I did this for you? And they'll give me a number, and I'm like, okay, so how long have you been waiting to do this? Oh, 5 years. So I just do the simple math, like, okay, 5 years, I could do an extra 50 grand. All right. So a year type of thing. I'm like, okay, so it's cost you this much to this point. How much more is it going to cost you before you make that decision? Just make it simple math. It's like, if you've been looking for a way to make, hey, look, at maybe you don't want to quit your job. Maybe you love your job. Maybe you own your own business. You're just looking to diversify and start setting yourself up, for future investments, looking for another income stream. Well, so you're looking for $1,000, a couple $1,000, maybe $5,000, whatever it is a month. How long are you going to wait, to put that off? Because, every minute counts, and tomorrow's never promised. Heck, 5 minutes from now is never promised. So, take action on it. Definitely. I love that you said that, John. That was pretty good stuff. And really, at the end of the day, guys, it's that's why we brought John on, is like, what John is doing is not rocket science. Like he said, it's just, he got clear in his mindset. He got clear on his strategy. Some of the things that were a little fuzzy to him, he cleaned up, and, the rest is history. So
yeah, all it took really was, with the previous training that I had, was a few calls with you guys, and then the morning calls for maybe 2 to 3 weeks, I think. And then we did that trading journal, and all that stuff got cleared up. And that next week, I think my ratio was 85% successful on every trade that I took.
wow.
So, and that's I only do 2 to 1s or 3 to 1s. So yeah.
I love it, man. I love it. He's like, I only go for 2 or maybe 3 to 1s. No big deal. Guys, the reason I laugh at that, guys, is there's people out there on YouTube telling you, like, oh, you should risk, 2 and only get 1 or 1.5. Like, you're risking more than you're gonna. He's following the rules. He's going for 2 to 1s or better. So that's awesome. That's awesome.
That's not even logical.
No, Hunter and I have seen it. We've seen it so crazy. Like,
Seen it worse than that.
We've seen it so bad, like, where people literally will risk like 100 pips, to get 15, type of thing. 10, 15 pips. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. It's like, it's crazy. But anyways, all right, Hunter, what do we got?
So yeah, guys, you got it there. You got somebody on the call with us that's not us, and then we, let them give you a little bit of feedback of what they've gone through, their trading, their trading path, their roadmap, and where they're at today. And we can say it. We're going to keep beating on the drum. He got serious. He got serious. He's got a perfect trade set up, and then look at the reward he's got, guys. Just like I said, I'm not trying to hard sell you or nothing like that, but the longer you think about this, the more you're going to talk yourself out of it, right? So with that, John B., thank you so much for doing this, bro. Thank you so much for hopping on. This means a lot. And like Joe said, guys, you got any questions, don't forget to subscribe. If you got any questions, drop them in the comment. We want to react with you, right? If you want a different video, shoot it away. We'll shoot it for you. And with that, guys, keep pipping and dipping.
Right on, guys. See you soon. Thanks, John B. Appreciate you, man.
No problem. See you guys.